Welcome to Caffeine and Clarity, your weekly pour of soul-sparking reflection. I'm Amray, and this is where the coffee is hot and the insides are honest. Around here, we unpack the tiny aha moments that shake us, shape us, and help us grow. Then we give them space to percolate. So grab your favorite mug, settle in, and let's make sense of the mess, one story at a time. Hey friend, if you've been pushing through the aches, negotiating with your own body like it's a coworker who can totally stay late, this one's your love note. We're talking about maintenance before the meltdown. We're talking about the cost of waiting, the tenderness of returning, and the tiny practices that keep you human when life wants you to be a machine. Welcome back to Caffeine and Clarity, the cozy corner where we sip slow, tell the truth, and make room for the kind of wisdom you can actually live. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Let's begin. This week, I finally got a medical massage. The first one in 6 months. Technically, I'm supposed to go quarterly. I call them my tune-ups. In a perfect world, I would leave feeling taller, looser, like my muscles all agreed to start a group chat and stop ghosting each other. But life did that thing it does. Appointments drifted, priorities shuffled, and I kept telling myself, I'm fine, I'll push through. Other things are more important. Meanwhile, my lower back had notes. My hamstring had critiques. My calves were auditioning for a Greek tragedy. Sleep felt like a wrestling match with a fitted sheet. And still, I'm fine. Cut to me, face planted in that little donut pillow, trying to practice mindfulness, while my massage therapist, who I trust and adore, found every knot I've collected since spring. Now I can handle some discomfort. But this was the grip the sheets and breathe like a birthing class kind of discomfort. Not because she was doing anything wrong, but because I'd waited way too long. I didn't bring a body to be maintained. I brought a body to be rescued. Somewhere between my right shoulder blade and my "Why is that spot electric?" she paused and said gently, "Hey, I'm going to extend a few minutes, okay? You've got a few ribs a little out of place, and your shins are talking." Yeah, she was being polite. She worked. I breathed. She reminded me to unclench my jaw. I remembered how. And right there, in the middle of all of that sensation, I had a tiny aha. This wasn't about tight muscles. This was about a pattern. A pattern of abandoning myself in the name of being productive. A pattern of enduring instead of restoring. A pattern of waiting until I'm falling apart and calling that strength. That table didn't judge me. It just told the truth. Here's what clicked. I have a high tolerance for discomfort. Many of us do. We learned to push through. Be reliable, be low maintenance, be fine. That high tolerance can be a gift in a crisis, But in everyday life, it turns into what I call a high tolerance hangover. The day after you've powered through one too many times, and your body files a formal complaint. I realized I wait for pain to justify care. If it hurts enough, I earn rest. If it breaks, I finally deserve repair. If I'm exhausted, I allow a nap. But I call it catching up, not normal. Sound familiar? Let's reframe. Maintenance isn't indulgence. Maintenance is responsibility. We maintain a car so it won't stall on the freeway. We update software so the system doesn't crash. Aren't our bodies at least as worthy as a dashboard light? Quick side note for anyone who hasn't tried medical massage. This isn't a cucumber water spa day, though bless those too. A medical massage is targeted bodywork that aims to improve function, address alignment, circulation, patterns of guarding. Think less playlists, more partnership with your nervous system. A simple explainer I like is muscles do the moving. Fascia is the body's connective web. When it's sticky, everything tugs. The nervous system decides if we're safe. Tense muscles often equal a tense mind, and vice versa. When we wait, the mind shouts and the body whispers, until the body shouts too. So, here's the big insight I'm taking with me. Strength isn't, I can take it. Strength is, I choose not to. Not to carry it alone. Not to wait for emergency. Not to outsource your well-being to future you. I had to ask myself some uncomfy questions. Why do I call it self-care only when I'm in crisis? Who taught me that prevention was extra? What would change if tune-ups were a non-negotiable rhythm instead of a reward? And underneath those questions, I met a softer truth. I don't need permission to be well. I need a plan. My plan? My plan is the green, yellow, red. It's my personal dashboard. Green. Steady, normal sleep, easy breath, appetite okay, mood flexible. Yellow. Heads up, tight jaw, shallow breath, irritability, skipping meals, aching low back, dread on waking up. Red. Stop, sharp pain, recurring headaches, numbness, tingling, insomnia, constant fatigue, I can't, tears. So, what's the plan? I schedule maintenance at yellow, not red. But just because we have a plan doesn't mean we're going to follow through. A few days after, still in my soreness, I decided I will not wait for red to honor yellow. And I kept repeating it over and over and over. This isn't a promise to be perfect. It's a promise to myself to be present. So when I have my inner dialogue and the conversation goes something like this, calendar. We have a full week, no wiggle room, body. Wiggle room is the point. Calendar. Can we push the tune-up to next month? Body. Can we push gravity to next month? Calendar. Be serious. Body. I am holding your head up. That is serious. Calendar. What if we multitask? Massage and emails. Body. With a questionable face. Calendar. Okay, I heard it. I'll book it. Body. Thank you. I will repay you in oxygen. They make up. Everyone wins. The point I'm making is that we all have our inner dialogue, and we have to listen to our bodies. When it's in yellow, no further, that's when you book it. So, I'm still a little sore, a lot more humbled, and weirdly grateful. My body called me out kindly. It reminded me that I'm not a to-do list with legs. I'm a living system. Maintenance is how I say thank you. Your reflection to go, just so that you tuck in your pocket as you move through your day. Ask yourself, where am I waiting for red when yellow would do? Your mantra. Strength isn't, I can take it. Strength is, I choose not to. Image. A tiny dashboard light, not a siren, quietly asking for care, not drama. Thanks for sipping a little clarity with me. If this episode hit home, pass it to a friend who's overdue for her own tune-up. And if you're that friend, consider this your sign. And until next time, stay soft, stay present, and above all, stay in tune with yourself. Thanks for spending a little time with me here on Caffeine and Clarity. If something stirred you today, let it sit. Let it steep. Clarity has a way of rising when we slow down. Until next time, keep sipping, keep feeling, and keep showing up for your own becoming. I'll see you next week.